This is so good. Oh man. Okay. What you're talking about with punishment and when you come out of jail, it had me think of this Tony Soprano again, and that element of therapy and of sort of missing the mark with therapy. The in therapy, if he had done therapy well, he would have moved out of who knows if this was possible, but just
Mm,
as a theoretical, like, imaginary exercise,
mm,
had he hit the mark in therapy, it would have processed him out of the mobster behavior and it would have become virtuous.
mm,
Whereas he missed the mark of the therapy. He barricaded himself against the truths that were coming up from his soul, and that led to sin in the moralistic sense. That led to the degradation of his soul and his being and his purpose in the world, or whatever you want to call it. Because he wasn't willing to aim for what his soul was calling for. And if he had kept trying, he would have eventually achieved a thing, and then all of his failures would have been steps towards achieving that transcendence, or that, even just on a minor level, the abandonment of the mobster lifestyle. It would have been uh, going legit, and then struggling with the tendency to slide back into the mobster life and kind of continuing to kind of work your way on that path. If you fail, but you stay on the path and you stay trying to grow and trying to aim, every failure becomes a growth process. But if you fail and and you stop trying, or you misinterpret the failure, or you become moralistic, or there's any number of ways that you can not hit the target. You can miss above, you can miss below, you can miss to the side, you can shoot
mm,
somebody in the leg, like whatever.
mm,
Um, but you're not hitting that target. You're not sticking to that mean. You're not trying to find that place where the transcendent current flows in that present moment, through with including your own activity.
mm,
Um, and yeah, and so I can see sin as moralistic. I can see sin as the road to damnation, but the deciding factor is how you respond to it.
mm,
You know, if you take sin to mean missing the mark, if you miss the mark and you keep missing the mark, and you don't, if you're not mindful enough to the present moment to understand what is happening and continue to aim at something good, then you start to fall away further and further, and that is damnation. That is the road to hell. But if you keep aiming and you keep trying to get it right, or but there you run into the danger of perfectionism. So anytime I try and explain it perfectly, I always end up coming into something that contradicts myself, which I think is more to do with the nature of reality.